So this is the inode number here, right? But there is one other way you could find the inode number is
inum.
no, you do ls-I and the file name, and all it's gonna give you is nothing but a inode number here. So let's try it for directory. Okay, for directory, you have to do ls-d and a I. Okay, so when you do ls here, it's trying to read inside the directory here. Okay, you have to do d. That means read the information regarding only the directory, not the inside of the directory. Okay, so this is the inode number here. And then again, I think I showed you yesterday how to do inum. Find inum and the inum number. Okay, all right. So what I could do is I could go through, if you guys have any questions here for a little bit, and then if no questions, then
hello, sir. Hi, Professor.
Yeah.
Okay. I said we can find also the height number by doing ls, affine, and li, alright?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, ls. I mean, you're adding extra switch in there. So if you want to do, if you have like 10 files in there, right?
Yeah.
Touch x1, x2, x3, x4. Okay, you do regular ls here, and you do ls-l. Okay, you do ls-li.
Yes.
Okay, this will pop you the it will give you all the inodes for everything inside the directory. If you give the specific file name, then that's what you're going to be restricted with.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay, so any questions? Let's go through here. Start of the class. Everybody know how to clear the screen. PWD is present working directory. When you type PWD and hit enter, it will tell you the location wherever you are. Okay, and then we have input, output. Input means whatever you're putting into the system. Output is whatever the result the system is providing you. You use the touch command to create a blank file, touch file 1. Or you could also use the VI editor. So, but touch, usually you use touch if you have a read or write permissions. Okay, that will all touch based on that one when we're doing the permissions. But touch is you just create a file in there, but you don't have to worry about this as much because you would be root users. And ls, this is a list of commands. It will show you when you do a regular ls, all it does is just comes up. Ls lists the content of the file, and then if you do ls-l, it will give you a long list. Okay, and then if you just want to see, if you want to filter out only something that is starting with X, you do X and asterisk, and then it will find that for you. Or if you just do D and asterisk, it will find that for you. Okay. All right, now the next is ls-la. So ls-la, what it does is, when you are adding a switch, that means all, anything which is hidden here, anything that starts with a dot in front of that file or a folder is hidden. So you have to add a switch ls-la to see all the other hidden files. Okay, so these are some of the other tricks you could learn to filter out. Okay, history, when you type history, it gives you all the history you've been typing in. It is possible to delete the history, but I won't recommend that. Okay, and remove RM.
RF.
Okay, and then if you do ls here, I'm going to remove rm-rf, and x1 is going to delete the file, and also the folder. If you do dir1, it's all gone. So this is very powerful command here because it deletes without asking. So you got to be careful when you're using this. Okay, and so to create a hidden file, all you have to do is touch.f1. Okay, f1.f2. This will create the hidden files. If you do regular ls, it won't show up, but if you do ls-la, it will show up there, hidden files. Okay, so directory, if you want to create a directory, you do mkdir, and it creates a directory for you. And it's pretty simple. mkdir stands for make directory, and I'm going to give the directory name dir1, and it will create one for you right there. Okay, unless you specify the location, is going to create wherever you are. That means it's going to create in your present working directory. And the tree command, by default tree command is not installed, but I have already installed it. When we go into the administration part, I'll let you guys know how to install all those things here. Okay, all right. And cd, if you want to change the directory, cd space name of the directory or the path of the directory. Now you are in a directory called /home/Zafar/dir1. Pretty simple stuff. And if you type cd and hit enter, what happens? When you simply type cd and hit enter, it will throw you back in your home directory. But if you do cd hyphen, it will take you back into your previous directory you were working in. So if I go to cd dir1, I'm in dir1 now. If I type cd, no matter where you are, it will bring you back to your home directory. But if you are in a cd hyphen, it will throw you back into your previous working directory. Okay, you don't have to be doing it from home directory, cd hyphen. You could be in any directory and then you jump to any other directory, it will work still. So everybody knows the directory structure, Zafar, Linux, Apple. Okay, and so I think I have explained this in great detail. So PWD, Okay, so relative path and absolute path here. Can somebody help me? What is this right now? The whole thing you see here?
This is the absolute path?
Yes. One thing you should know by now is PW provides what kind of path?
The absolute path.
Yeah, very good. PWD always provide the absolute path so that there is no confusion. It will start from the beginning of the operating system, the home folder, your folder, and then the directory. Okay, so PWD always provides the absolute path. Okay, so now, okay, let me go back here. So if you see, if you think the directory is blank, it's never blank. It always has those two dots here. One dot is the linkage to itself. So if you type link, it's linkage to itself, and then two dots are linked to the previous directory. Okay, so that's why directories have two links and file has only one linkage to itself.
Hey, Mr. Zafar, I have a question before you move on further.
Yeah.
Can you give me one example of a relative path? That always confuses me a little bit.
Okay, so relative path is, so I'm into my PWD here, right? From this place, what is the relative path for dir? Just dir, right? You know what, actually, hold on, let me create some file folders in there. So if I do PWD, this is Zafar here. And if I do tree here, the relative path for dir3 for standing from wherever we are, from home Zafar, the relative path for dir3 is dir1, dir2, and dir3. So if I want to go into dir3, okay, using the relative path, what I'll do is cd, there is no slash, okay, just dir1, dir2, dir3. So notice here, it is not starting from slash. The moment it starts from slash, that means you're starting from the beginning of the operating system. Okay, so relative means relative to wherever you are, going down the path, going down the directory structure. Okay,
thank you.
So this is a relative path. Give me a moment here.
In this case, the parent directory is Zafar at server 01.
No. The parent directory for for dir2, the parent directory is dir. I'm sorry, dir3, the parent directory is dir2, and for dir2 it's this.
No, you took me wrong. For this relative path, the parent directory is Zafar, right?
Yeah.
For all this, oh.
So for this relative path, Zafar is the parent directory. And what is the parent directory for Zafar?
It's home. That means
Exactly. And then
Exactly.
slash is the parent directory, is the grandfather for everything.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, that's a good question though.
One small clarification, sir. In a
Yeah.
work scenario, are we the parent directories or are we assigned to someone else?
No, users are not a parent directory.
Okay, so we'll be assigned under someone, then we'll be working under that.
You will the directory structure over here is uh no you I mean you guys will be having the root access, so I mean don't take that under if you're working under somebody. No, it's just a directory structure inside operating system here. Okay, this part is the path going down. That's where the directory structure happen to have is called a relative path. And if it's something now, what would be the absolute part for this directory dir3? What would be the absolute path for this directory?
It'd be /home/Zafar/dir1/dir2/dir3.
Very good, very good. So you're adding this part and this part here together. Plus, and you're adding this together. What will happen is it will be /home/Zafar /dir1 dir2 and dir3. Okay, simple. Okay, so we'll work on going above. Today we will work on going looking into the home directory and then going above home directory, and we'll take a look what's there. Okay, give me 1 second here, somebody's calling me. Hi Zafar, yeah. जी अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह फरमाइए.
ये जो IFN यूजर का जो हम लोग सिस्टम लॉगिन कर रहे हैं उसका पासवर्ड नहीं मिल रहा.
ओह, तो कौन सा लॉगिन करना चाह रहे हैं आप?
IFN यूजर IFN अंडरस्कोर यूजर है ना जब सिस्टम स्टार्ट करते हैं.
ओके, तो ट्राई करें मस्जिद 01 और समथिंग.
मस्जिद 01 आप लाइन में स्पीकर पे रखता हूं मैं क्योंकि आई नीड टू गेट रेडी फॉर द रजिस्ट्रेशन. ओके, कैन यू हियर मी?
या
Okay, that's good. Just stay online, okay? Yeah, I'm going to call 10 people and
Is this on desktop or laptop, भाई सिराज में?
laptop है Zafar भाई.
Oh, so okay. यार वो अगर ये ट्राई करो, वरना फिर आपको सिस्टम नाहिद को कॉल करना पड़ेगा और फारूक.
अच्छा अच्छा ये ऐसी चक्कर चलाएगी. IFN
You know what? Hold on. Try Masjid 786.
यूजर मैं ट्राई कर दिया है फिर भी ट्राई करता हूं. मस्जिद 786 राइट.
जी
वाओ.
आ गया. ओके, फिर सारे लैपटॉप का सेम पासवर्ड होगा. ओके, ओके, इंशाल्लाह. अस्सलाम वालेकुम. Okay guys, sorry about that. So okay, so moving along, if you do -p, if you're making a directory -p here, right? So here I'm doing mkdir -p. Okay, so what will happen is if I run this command, there's not going to be any danger to the directory 1, 2, 3, 4, 3. What it's going to do is it will ignore it. If the directory is there, it will ignore it, and then it will continue on creating the next directory under the path. Okay, if it's stopping here, then there is no damage done here. Okay, so but if I'm doing dir4 / dir5 / dir6, so what will happen is, notice here the directories are ending here, but it will keep all those directories as is. It's not going to damage anything up until here, and the system will sense that, oh, dir4, 5, 6 is not there, so system will go ahead and create one for you. Now if you do tree, and you see all the other directories up until 3 were intact, and it added another 3 directories to it. That's what dir make mkdir-p comes into play. Okay, P means parents. Verbosi, those are all things here, okay? All right, I'm gonna quit out of this. Okay, what do we have next? Okay, so if you're doing the copy,
Quick question, Mr. Zafar.
yeah.
The command that you just opened up in the menu command, the mkdir-v switch, would that open like a tree within the directory? Like it would show you the content of just the directory?
No, it will show you. It will show you actually the creating whatever it's doing. It will show you. -v is, it will display you on the screen the moment it's creating the directory. See?
Okay.
Now I did tree. I changed here. So what did I change here? The moment I did this here, what do you expect here?
That is just gonna go down from dir2.
Yeah, it will create here in this level dir2, and then it will have like another.
Okay.
There you go. Because okay. I started the brand new one.
Okay.
Do you see?
Yes,
a little mistake is gonna change a lot.
And cause a lot of confusion later.
Yeah.
It's easy to make mistakes, but it's hard to backtrack them, especially in this thing.
No, you could. I mean, once you have experience, you would. That's
yeah,
why,
of course, with experience, yeah.
Yeah, that's why people stay away from a Linux environment. They just jump into Windows, and they never make 6-figure salary. So that's the problem right there.
Yeah. Yep. What if you want to delete the second line of directory to all those files?
You want to delete this?
Yeah, all of it.
Okay, you tell me what is the command?
rm minus rf hyphen rf
and
we are in home Zafar, right?
No, you want to delete this directory here, okay? With this command, you're gonna delete all these directories, okay? You gotta be careful.
Okay, so we are doing directory 2, deleting directory. So just directory 2, that's it.
This directory? Or this directory?
That's, both of them are a directory 2. So I want to delete all of them, so I have to go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay, so right? You want to delete all these, right?
Yeah.
Or you want to keep this, or you want to delete from here?
No, I want to delete everything.
You want to delete all this?
Yeah. So we have to go the...
Yeah, no, you don't have to go there because this directory is in your PWD. The period is starting from the top and then it's going down here. So these two directories are, okay, hold on. Okay, so you got to be careful here. dir1, dir2, and all these files are in same level. Okay?
Yeah, no, yeah.
Now, if you delete dir2, it's going to delete all these directories.
Oh, so they are under dir2. Okay.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
But, okay, yeah, I see there is another dir2 here because I did that on purpose. If you want to delete here, down this line here, so first you have to go in this directory. So you do cd dir2. From there, then you delete dir. Then you do rm-rf and dir2. Everything will be deleted here, but this directory will still be there.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's take a look.
Mr. Zafar, can't you remove the directories with the rmdir as well? Would that be different or it would be the same?
It would be the same here, but I don't want to show you that because it's going to create a lot of confusion. Just stick with rm.
Okay.
So if I do tree, okay, see this part is all gone and it's still there. So I have ls here and tree. What I want to do is copy, right? Next I'm on copy. Yeah, I want to copy file 1 to dir6. Okay, so I do cp and then source and the destination dir1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I hit enter. There should be a file 1 should be dangling from here too. See? This is the same exact file, it got copied here. So we have two different copies here, okay? Now, if I want to do X2.
Go directly into directory 6 instead of typing the whole thing.
How are you going to do that? You just can't type this here, okay? I got you what you're saying here.
Yeah, we can.
You're saying
like
file 1 and directory 6? No, it's not going to work.
Oh, okay.
You have to provide the location, right?
Okay, so we have to go through whole absolute path.
Yeah, so I mean, you have Main Street. How many Main Street we have in America? Hundreds, thousands. So you have to give the full name, the number of the Main Street, the zip code and all those things matter. If you have a same exact address in a different zip code, it will go to that zip code, correct? So you have to give the full address.
Perfect.
So let's do the same thing here. I'm going to do cp x2, but somebody help me with I'm going to copy it into directory 6, but with the absolute path this time.
It's going to be /home /Zafar /dir1. I mean, you could just type the tab until you get to dir6.
Yeah. So you know what, hold on, let me clear this. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is cp x2 /home /Zafar /dir, and I'm tabbing. Okay, this
until
is the power of
dir6.
tab. Yeah, and there you go. If I do tree here, so over here there should be another file. There it is. File 1, file 2. And file 1, file 2 are still here. Now, if I want to move the file 3 here, all I have to do is mv file 3. So it's going to delete from here and put the file over here. There you go. File 3, X3 is only in one location, not more than one location. By the way, once this file 1 is here and file 1 is here, these two files are so they're both of them are independent files now. Okay. Once you copy it, it becomes a independent file. It will have its own inode number.
One more question. So if we are copying this file 1 to this, the content of the file, that means the X2,
Yeah.
X3, X4 doesn't get
Yeah,
copied
it will
along
still
with
be
that?
preserved. Yeah, the content of the file will still be there. But
So
if
it
you,
doesn't appear on the screen, but
I'm sorry, content of the what?
but the first time when we copied file 1 from here to there, right? So the file 1 had X2, X3 and X4 as, no, it was just the file 1.
No, these
Okay.
are independent files.
Oh, yes, yes.
These are not. This is not a directory.
Okay, if it was a directory with the content, so does it take the whole content and the directory completely under that?
Yep, it will copy the directory. So that's why we have the copying the directory option also.
Question, Mr. Zafar.
Yeah.
So once we have copied a file to, let's say, since you copied X2 to under directory 6 as well, if we make any changes to file X2, will it
No.
happen to the same file under directory 6 as well, or no?
No, it will
No?
be an independent file.
Okay, all right, sounds good.
So if you do lsfn li, and I'm going to do file 1. So you see inode number here of this file and ls-i. Okay, so you see the inode number is totally different here. This file and this file. It will definitely change the inode number randomly.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Now, to answer your question, there is one option we have here. I'll show that later on in the course. It's called link. Okay, and now let's see. I'm going to clear this. I'm going to do tree.
Oh,
Here's,
let's say, Mr. Zafar, under directory 6, if we wanted to change the name of X2, would we have to give the whole directory structure, or we can just do directory 6 and then put the file name and do that?
well, if you depends where you're doing from. If you're doing it from directory, if you change the directory there and then doing it from there, you do.
Okay.
But if you're doing it from wherever you are sitting, then
Okay, then
you
we'll give the
definitely
path.
have to give the name.
Okay,
I mean, I'm sorry, the whole path.
okay, thank you.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy directory 6 into directory 5 and let's see what happens here. Okay, what I'm going to do is cp -rf, and I'm going to go all the way down here, directory 6 here, right? And the location you want to give. Where do you want to copy it to? Okay. Okay, so you have copied directory 6, and then where do you want to copy to? Directory 5. Okay, so I have to do directory 4. Okay, if I do tree, so what happened is directory 6 is now copied into directory 5. Why it didn't allow? Because directory 6 is already in directory 5. So I copied directory 6 into directory 4, and it copied same exact content here. So these are two different directories now. Right now they are duplicate. The moment you make any changes, they are all different directories. And definitely the inode number is different too.
Can you add a directory into a file?
Into the file?
Yeah. That's not possible, right? Let's say if we wanted to move something from this tree up here, directory 6, if we can make a copy of that under file 1, no? That wouldn't be possible?
No, I mean, not to the file. You have to create another directory into 6
Directory?
and then move
Okay.
there.
Okay.
Okay, all right, so tree is pwd move. So now I'm going to show you, I'm going to copy directory 6 into my present working directory, okay? So what do? I do the same thing. And then I'm going to give the destination here, period. Okay, get in a habit of using period here, because if you're copying from some other location to wherever you are at, just use period here, it will copy it for you. You see here? Now directory 6 in 3 places, 1, 2, 3. So directory 6.
If you question, Mr. Zafar, if you ran that command without the -rf, would that still do the same thing?
It may not copy the content of the directory.
Okay. Okay, sounds good.
So directory 1, directory 6, file 1, file x2 and x4, they all are on same level. Okay, file 1, file x2 and x3 are inside directory 6 on this level. Okay. So we did move here, and okay, so one other thing about move is you could use move to do what?
To rename something.
Yeah, I'm gonna do move directory 6 and I'm gonna give it a name, directory 7. Okay, if I do ls, directory 7 is there. If I go into directory 7, all the content is there. There you go, directory. Same exact thing you would do it to file, move file 1, and I'm going to give it a name file 2. Same exact file will be there. And oh, you know what? Hold on. I just thought of inode. Let's check the inode here, okay? Okay, I'm going to run a move command to move file 2 to file 3. Okay, so you see it's preserving the inode. So only the name has changed. Do you see the inode is the same exact inode? That means nothing has changed in the directory. Your name changed, but the social security remained the same. That's what this is. Okay, and what else we have here? Okay, so this is a little bit of silly script here. Just runs the multiple commands simultaneously. Any question about alias? Okay, no questions about alias. Okay, VI editor. Please practice at least this one. The one you have here. Practice this. You will get a good hang of it, okay? Just randomly go into copy some news article and then put it in there and try to manipulate the lines and all that, okay? So the cat command is simply just cats.
In the VI editor, can we bring content from somewhere else and copy paste?
Yeah, definitely.
Can you show me how to do that?
Yeah, in Putty, you could do like okay, so for example here, all you have to do is just right click, copy and paste it. That's it. Like here we have this here, right click, copy, and then I'm gonna go VI file 3, right? Okay, you go into edit mode and then you just right click here. There you go, it pastes for you.
Can I do that on my phone too?
Oh, I don't know about that.
Because once I move from the page VI editor, we have to log in again.
Yeah, so you might want to copy first, then get back into VI editor. If you have iPad, try using the iPad for the Shelly app. Cat, if you want to do cat file 3, and I will show you the kind. Give me 1 second here. I'm in a class. What do you want? Oh, he brought the blackboard. Yeah, what about it? Okay, I'm back here. So now what happens if I do this? It will redirect to the new file there, or whatever the file you wanted. If you want to do it again, you have to do double arrow, and then it will add to that file. So your file has like double as much content here, okay? Okay. So the redirector is less than sign is standard input, standard output is greater than sign, and 2 greater than sign is standard error. So I think everybody did a really good catching the errors and all that, okay? So if I do, for example, find /home file 3, and then I'm gonna do, okay, you could also do 2 greater than. If you do 2 greater than, existing content of the file won't be gone, but it will still be added in there, file 1. You see, all the errors went in there. All right, I'm gonna clear this. Give me one moment here, somebody's here. एक बच्ची इधर आओ, ये वार्म करके ला के दियो मेरे को, बच्ची आओ। Okay, sorry about that. All right, so now you know how all this works. So if you add it double as much, then it will keep the file, okay? 2 greater than sign, it will keep the file. I mean, if they'll keep the content of the existing file. And we figured this out how you could do the output here. Okay, the redirectors, fairly recent. We did this. Dev null. If you just don't want to see it go anywhere. Okay, so what happens here is you get a lot of errors, right? If you do without this, you get like so many errors. But if you want to just don't even want to see it, what you could do is 2 greater than or /dev null. All the errors went in there. Okay, and grep. Okay, so I have this in my file here. I'm going to grep for Mirza. Grep Mirza, and then I'm gonna do it to file 1. Okay, so wherever the instance of Mirza is showing up, it will bring that up to you. WC file line, file 1, it has 90 lines, 728 words, and 5520 characters. So head file 1, it will give you top 10 lines. Tail, it will give you bottom 10 lines. And if you do tail -f, if the file is getting updated, you could see it's getting updated in there using tail -f.
Mr. Zafar, question for the redirectors. The less than sign is always running in the background, right? Since it's always the standard output.
Yeah.
No, not output, input.
Yeah, it will do it for you. You don't have to do
Okay.
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we never use it, right? It used to be back in the Unix days.
Yeah,
That's what
Unix
you did?
days it is. If you download the operating system from 70s, you have to do that.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you.
Yeah. So you have date, calendar, who. You type who and you see who is logged in. And W, it will give you a much better information regarding the sessions and all that. Last is who logged in last. I mean, last is it keeps the activity of last person logged in. I mean, not the last person. I mean, it keeps the journal of people who've been logging in. I think it does it for like 60 or 90 days. And then also whenever the server is restarting. When you see reboot in here, that means at that moment the server was rebooted. So when I go into last, I could tell the server was rebooted on August 11th. That's when it came back up. Okay, it rebooted here on August 11th couple times. Okay, so du is the command you use for disk usage, and it tells you the size of the file. You have top, it's giving you information here. So we have 888 are running, and all these, out of that, two are running, and others one are sleeping, means they are not using any resources. And this is the size of the drive. I'm sorry, this is the size of the memory, and this much is free, and this much is used, and this much is used by buffer, means application is being used. It's not free. So pipe, you could use pipe to use as a primary, secondary, and third command, and you could have like more than one. You could have 4 or 5 commands in there to pipe it. Yeah, somebody had a question?
Yeah, I was gonna ask something. In real work time scenario, Mr. Zafar, do you guys have like a assigned hypervisor that you have to work off of, or do you just download stuff from VirtualBox and just create stuff from that?
In the job environment?
Yes, in the job environment.
Oh, no. It's all manicured. It's very tightly controlled and all that. It's most of the time you would end up working in VMware.
VMware? Okay.
Yeah.
And it's already set up for you and everything?
Yeah.
The admins probably set it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Most places is set up. If you end up being an engineering side, then you are the one who will be creating the machines from the scratch and all that. I have that course, but that's a different course here. I think I have it on website. So, okay, so this is the course you guys are doing now, and this one is an engineer. So that one it does with the services and all that. So that is a lot more intense. You have to be at least working for 2 to 3 years before you could understand all the other stuff here. DNS, if you have a networking background, you would know what DNS is and all that. Yeah, so right now everybody, I'm doing this one. If you have students, I could start that one, but if you want that, you must have some level of work experience. Okay,
thank you.
So moving along. So gzip, so if you have file, so you have a file, how much? 271 megabytes. Okay, ये बंद करके लिखो. 2 more.
How long?
1 minute. Close the door. Close the door. So now if I do gzip and assignment 4 is going to zip it, that means it's compressing it, reducing the size. Okay, and if you do du hyphen, you see the size has been reduced from, so it reduced the size 15 times. So we already calculated yesterday to this file here. And if you want, it's not usable. So if you want to use a zip file, you type gunzip and assignment, and it will unzip it for you. Okay. All right. So tar, usually you use this for the folders. You want to tar it, and it's easy to manage it. It will become one file. For example, like we learned earlier, right? Today, if you want to copy, you have to do a copy -rf and all that, and it's possibility that if you have a lot of files in the directory, if you're transferring that over the network, it may get corrupted. So to do that, you just make a tarball, and then it becomes a single file, and after that you just shrink it again, or if you want, you could just transfer it that way. So I'm going to show you later on how we're going to transfer the files from one place to another and all that.
So how Mirza had a question earlier regarding the directory moving to the folder. So tar can do that, not directly.
Okay, so Mirza said copying what?
Mirza said earlier that we cannot. He asked you, so you said the directives cannot go under files, right?
No, what we're doing is we are wrapping the directory here. We're shrink wrapping it. Everybody understand what a shrink wrap is? So if you look at the palette here, when you go to Walmart,
Hey, Mr. Zafar, I had an example for gzip.
yeah.
I don't know if you remember or not. Like a couple years back, something came out where you can like vacuum seal your like. It was like a big bag that you just vacuum seal, and it gets smaller so you can store it properly.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Okay, so you have a palette, right? And oh god, when you go to Home Depot or Walmart, you know you have, okay, this one here. You know how you have this palette? Consider this as a folder, and if you're just transferring this somewhere, you know, you have to be really careful so something would fall off, right? So if what do you do if you do shrink wrap, so you use like a shrink wrap and wrap it around. I'm not finding a good example here, but you get the idea, right? What I'm saying? Shrink wrapping is when you do tar, it will just like bundle itself right here. Okay, this is a palette, and this dude, he's shrink wrapping it. What is he doing? He's tarring the file, he's tarring the folder, so that when he transfer it to other location, it's not going to fall off. It's going to be like a one big bundle. Is that clear enough for you?
Yes. Thank you very much.
So what it is doing is it's bundling itself so that it won't fall off. So that's the best example I think I could come up with here.
The best example would be a traveler's bag. You're traveling to a country and then you're
Yeah. You don't want to carry all the credit card and all that in one place. You put in a bag and carry with you, right?
So just zip it off and then you're just throwing it in the for the airport authorities to take it along with them. Rather than carrying. So you're zipping your all things together and putting it up in a bag.
Yeah. So now if you untar it, it will keep the original That's unfortunate here. It will keep the original and then it will open it in the it will open the same file in there, but it has to be in a different location. Okay, all right, let's go.
It's basically packing and unpacking your stuff.
Yeah,
When you're trapped.
it will pack in as a single file. Very good. And stat is just simply a status. It will give you the information regarding a file here. It's a lot of information here, but you have to just go over this a little bit. What the inode. So the stat is giving you the inode information, and this is all the inode information is. And inode has a inode number also. I never tried the, let me try. Oh, stat assignment. So it has this here. What if I do stat file number? Okay, so it won't come up with the inode. I suppose there is a way you could do it too.
So, Mr. Zafar, I have one question.
Mm-hmm.
So the gzip command is basically to compress files and make them smaller.
Yeah.
And the tar command is basically if you're transporting a folder, you create it into a file so it's easy to transport. And then once the person receives it, they untar it so they can access the contents,
Yeah.
right? So it's just basically zipping, but a folder.
No,
so
the
it's a
tar
different
is,
tar
yeah,
command.
zipping, yeah, tar is, but you have to remember there is more for the folder.
Folders, yep. It's for the folders.
Because in reality, a folder would have like a couple hundred files in there, or
Yep.
files or any other folders in there. All right, let's take a good 15-minute break. We'll be back at 11:45. Okay, can you guys hear me? One of you confirm?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so October. Give me 1 second here.
are the tennis balls?
कार में है क्या देखो?
In the car.
Yeah.
Is the car unlocked?
Close. The keys are there. Okay, so we have inodes and all that here. So it's almost done with the basic commands here. So one last thing I need to show you is the link. Okay, so what are links is, if you have a file 1, so links, how do I explain this? So there are two types of links. To a file. Okay, so one is a hard link. So the command is ln. Okay. Two types of link for a file, right? And one is a hard link and a soft link. So the hard link so everybody go ahead and I'm going to do ls here, and I'm going to do rm-rf asterisk. Okay, if I do ls here, and I'm going to do a file touch, or I'm going to do a vi file1 and hit enter here. Okay, and in here I'm going to put in 2 lines here. This is line 1, this is line 2, this is line 3, this is line 4. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a hard link here. So you could create a hard link in a different location. So what I'm going to do is mkdir hyphen p dir1 and dir2. If I do tree, so I have file 1 and dir1 and dir2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a link in the dir2 for link 1. Okay, so how would I do that? So it's very simple here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do ln. That's a command to create a link, and I'm going to do the source, and the destination is dir1 dir2. Okay, and then I'm going to give the file name file1 and hit enter. Everybody with me? This is so quiet. Are you guys listening me?
Yes, yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, good. Okay. So
Did you hit enter already or not yet?
I'm sorry?
Did you hit enter already? Is it doing something in the background or not yet?
No, I didn't hit enter yet.
Okay, okay.
Okay, and then I'm going to do tree. So I have a file 1 here and another file 1 here. Okay, so there is a link between these two files here. So this is called hard link, and this scenario, what we'll have is you will have ls-i file 1, right? You see the inode number. I'm going to do ls-i dir1 dir2 and file 1 again, and notice it has the same exact inode number. Why is this happening? Because it is a hard link here. If you make any changes into file 1 in one place, either the original place or the new place is gonna update, it will update the file no matter what. We'll take a look here. So hard link, it has same inode number. And okay, and then you have to provide source and destination. Okay, any changes to either file will be updated on both sides. So hard link is essentially a duplicate. Okay, it's a duplicate which gets updated. If you update it, it will get updated. So duplicate of each of other. Okay, so if I see cat file 1, I have line 1, line 2, line 3. And if I do cat dir1, dir2 and file 1, it did the same exact thing. Okay, now watch, I'm gonna update this file and see what happens. This is line 5 new, this is line 6 new. Okay, And if I cat this same line, same file, you see this file has been updated here. Now if I cat the file which is not in the same location, it's in a different location, it has been updated. Do you agree?
Yes.
Okay, so you could definitely use this as a backup. If that accidentally a location gets deleted, then you could have it in another location. The file information is there. Okay, so you can use this as backup if the original file is deleted, the hard linked file still survives. And one other thing is hard link is not allowed for the directories. Hard link is not possible for directories. So directories, you cannot have a hard link. You could have a soft link for directories. So we're going to take a look at the soft link in a minute here. So let's go ahead and update the linked file and then see if the original gets updated.
Mr. Zafar, for 1 second, can you scroll up on your left side page? I'm writing the definitions down for hard link. Thank you.
You will have in the document, right?
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so I'm gonna say this is line 7, update from hard link. This is line update from hard link. Okay. All right, now I edited this file here, the file which is sitting, I edited this file here, and this is the original file. So I'm going to cat the original file and it should have updated itself. Cat file 1, and sure enough it got updated. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we have to create a soft link. Okay, so soft link is what is soft link? It's called symbolic link. Technical term is symbolic link. Or symlink. It's like in Windows you have a shortcut, right? You could save the file on the Windows. Also you could save a shortcut to the file on your desktop in Windows environment. The file may be located somewhere else, but you could have a shortcut from the desktop, so you don't have to search around looking for it. Okay, so that's how you should remember this. And then what you have to do is you have to provide absolute path for the file to work. absolute path for the source and destination. And then soft link has the, if you create a soft link, they have a different inode number. Okay. So I'll see if I have ls here, right? I'm gonna create a file vi soft vi x file 1, and I'm gonna say this is soft, this is original of soft link. This is our test for soft link. Okay, and then I do tree. So a soft link is sitting here. Let's go ahead and create a soft link in this directory. Okay, so how do I create a soft link? You have to give a -s. When you do -s, the soft link is created. First, you have to do pwd. You do ls-s. I'm sorry, ln-s. And then you have to give the full path. /home/Zafar file 1. And where are you creating the soft link? You have to do /home/Zafar and then /directory 1 and directory 2. And then you have to give the different name. Here's another thing, for soft link, you have to give the different name. You cannot give the same name, I think.
Mr. Zafar, question. I think for the path for the source, you're supposed to do x file 1, right?
Yeah,
Because that's the one we created.
Yeah, thank you. And here I'm gonna give the name. What should I give?
Z file 1.
Yeah, I'm gonna give okay, yeah, z file 1. Okay, I'll hit enter, and if I do tree, and here actually this is beautiful. It will tell you this is a file and this is the original location of the file here. This is where it is. Soft link is just soft link. There is no value to it. Okay, and this is the original location of the file. It shows you the direct path of that file. So one other thing is if you do cd/dir2, and if you do ls-l here, over here also it will show you the soft link path. It won't show you the path for the hard link. Okay, but how do you know the hard link has more than one path? You type stat file 1 and it will tell you hard link has 2 links.
So it's like you are attaching a VI Linux file to the tree, right?
I cannot hear you clearly.
It's like we are attaching a file from VI to the tree. That's what we are doing, right?
To the tree? What do you mean?
Like Z file?
Yeah, so the Z file is the shortcut for X file. So
Yeah, I know
for
that.
hard link, file 1 and file 2, they are exact duplicates. But Z file is just the shortcut for X file.
The difference is that for a hard copy, you don't need to rename the file, but for a soft copy, you need to rename the file.
You have to give the different
Give the
name, yeah.
same name.
So, one question, Mr. Zafar, what would technically be the purpose of this? Because it's not gonna like keep the file like same as it does with the hard link. Like if we make it edits to X file 1, those edits are not gonna get passed down to Z file 1, right?
Um,
Or do they?
well, I'll show you in a minute here.
Okay.
Okay, it's a shortcut, not original. So So what happened here is before that, let me make sure I copy all this here. So what it's doing is, if you look at the size of the file, this will be just the link here, but the size of the file, original file will be, so if you cat this file, it will be just the redirector. It's reading this file here. So if this files get deleted, this file is useless. If soft link get deleted, nothing will happen. The original file will still be there and happy. So if I cat Z file 1, it is going to read. It's reading. It's coming back here. It's reading. It's actually reading this file here. When you cat Z file 1, it's reading this file here. Okay. So let's see what is the inode. See, inode for Z file 1 is different, and if you do ls-I and X file 1, the inode is different here. But here, when I'm carrying this, it has same exact content of this file here. Okay, what is the reason here? Because the reason is the application, it need to have like different location, different places, and later on we'll learn the permissions. If you want to restrict a person to a folder, and then you have to give him permission in that specific folder, but you don't want to give him permission to other location, but still you want to give him to be able to read or write to the other location which he doesn't have a specific access to it. That way what we're doing is we are controlling the access of that file. At the same time, we are allowing the user to access the file, if that makes sense.
Does any changes that we make or the third party makes any changes to that specific file, will that be updated in all the locations?
It will.
Okay.
But when you're updating the Z file, you're actually updating. Let me see if you could update the Z file. Yep, you could update the Z file. Update from soft link. And if I go back here, if I do cat x file 1, it got updated there. Okay, now let's try deleting these files and see what happens. So let me delete the hard link first. So here's the hard link here, and this one is hard link. So let me remove that hard link. rm-rf from the original place. And if I do tree, there is no more file 1 in here. But if I cat this file here, cat directory and directory 2 file 1, the file is still there. The content of the file is still there because it's a exact duplicate of the file we just got deleted. So it's safe.
If I am understanding it correct, it is just to limit the access to the to anyone.
Yeah,
Just the soft file with just a soft file,
correct. Yeah.
so that he can use it, and if he wants to edit it, he can edit it, and then it will be updated on both the sides.
Yes,
Okay.
very good. But here's the difference. Once you if the hard link still will have content.
Yes. Yes.
For this hard link here. For soft link, if you, let me clear the screen, and if you do tree, if I do cat dir2 and z file, the content is there. Now I'm going to delete this file. Okay, and if I want to cat this file here, the content is gone. And if I do tree, it will change the color actually. It will change to this color. And when you see a color like this, that means the link is broken. The soft link is broken. At this point, the soft link is broken.
Mr. Zafar, one question.
Yeah.
So if we were like, let's say you were saying about the permissions, you're making this so that way if you need somebody to access this folder, you give them the soft links copy so that way they can access that. So if the person who is accessing the soft link copy, if they go and delete Z file 1 or something, will that also delete X file 1 or no?
That's the thing. They won't have access to deleting
They
it.
won't have access. Okay, perfect. That explains this then.
Yeah, that explains
Thank
it.
you. So they can do anything they want with the Z file 1, but they won't be able to do anything on the X file 1 side.
Correct. Correct. Yeah.
In simple words, Mirza, I need help from you, so I'm sharing that link to you so you could help me out without doing any damage to the original one. So once you help me out, then I can break the link.
Yeah. Okay, so the link is broken here, and over here. So what I'll do is I'll put some more points here. So the soft link has different inodes. We already saw that, and so most of the time soft link is used for reading data or restricting access. Okay, and editing soft link actually updates the original link. Editing soft link actually updates the original link. Okay, and if the original link is broken, then soft link is useless. And soft link is allowed for the directory. I'll show you how. Okay, so I'm going to clear the screen. I'm going to do tree, and I'm going to do mkdir. I'm going to do name of the directory. What should I give you is
Hey, Mr. Zafar, did you also delete file 1 under PWD?
yeah,
Okay.
I deleted file 1 to demonstrate that if you cat file 1, still the content is still there.
Okay. For a hard link, it stays there. Okay, makes sense.
Yeah, see, everything is still there.
Okay, thank you.
And if you do a cat z file, yeah, it's lonely now, so it's nothing. That's garbage. I mean, that file is useless. Now, if I do, so let's create a directory here. I'm going to do mkdir, and I'm going to say folder. I'm going to say folder 1. Okay, and I see tree in there, and then let me go in the folder 1 and then put some files in there. Touch file z1, z2, z3, z4, Z5. Oh, and I have 5 files in there. I go back to my home directory and I do tree. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a soft link for the folder into dir2. Okay, it would just be the folder. So what I'm going to do is ln -s, and then I have to give the full destiny soft link. I think I told you you have to give the you have to provide
Absolute path
yeah, okay, so I
for the
forgot to
source and
mention.
destination.
Yeah, you have to provide absolute path here. Okay, I'm gonna put that down. So you have to put down absolute path for source and destination. Folder 1, and then the destination is going to be home/Zafar/directory 1 in directory 2, and then I'm going to hit enter here. Okay, actually I have to give it a different name. So I'm going to say folder 1, I'm going to say X folder 1. And if I do tree, there you go. This is the, where is this? Right here. So it tells you this folder 1 is actually a symlink for this one here. So let me copy this part here before I forget. Okay, so now if I go there, cd directory 1, directory 2, and I do ls here, and there is a folder here, right? lsfnl. If I do cd x folder, and if I do pwd, it's gonna show this here. But if I do ls, the content is there. The content is showing you here. If you do lsfnl, and you see all the content and everything here. So what the reason being here is, instead of copying the directory in multiple location, you could just give the symlink so that the wherever it's necessary for you to have that folder, it's available there, instead of giving you the entire copying the entire the information there. But here's the thing here. This may the hard link and soft link has both has its own pros and cons. Okay, so the pro for soft link is, if you are editing this, you don't have to worry about the other place being editing or not, because if the directory is not there or file is not there, there is no way you could edit, right? But with the hard link, you have to worry about if it's being edited or not. And so that way you could control the access here. Any questions?
So if you deleted X folder 1, nothing would happen to the original folder 1.
It won't.
Okay, perfect.
So I do RM, I have an RF X folder. I have to get out of it. RM hyphen RF X folder 1, and if you do ls hyphen L, it's not there. And if I go there, if I do ls, the folder is there. And if I go to folder 1, and content is there. Okay, all right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do ln folder, and then I'm going to say dir folder 1. Okay, I'm just, for the reference, you would have this, a hard link is not allowed for the folders or directories. Okay, and the last is man. If you, man stands for manual pages. Okay, the man command is manual pages. Usually manual means the handbook. Okay, man command, it's a handbook. Manual or handbook. Book you can use to learn more about a command. Okay, so if I do quit, if I do man tree, any command you learn from the beginning of the class, and in the one you're going to learn later on, you could do man and then the name of the command, ls, and it has like a lot of information here. I showed you lsf and lsf and this and that, right? But there are a lot of other things you could go in there and learn about it, and those things will further help you. Okay, can somebody give me a command you like? Man tree, and you could learn about the tree command. What are the other thing it does? It says tree-a, all files are printed. Okay, so tree-a shows you the hidden files also. There you go. Okay, so if you quit, you do tree-a. There you go. It showed you a lot of other hidden files in here. Okay, so that's what this is for. It's just help you do handbook. It's like a handbook you can use to learn more about a command. And so any command, I suppose.
Mr. Zafar, I have a question.
Yeah.
It's probably not related to, I mean, it is related to Linux, but I just wanted to know, for one server that we're in right now, the host that we're in, it's easy for us to move stuff and like copy files and directories, move them and all that stuff. But if we wanted to move something, if we have access to multiple servers, is that possible too, to move a file if you want to make a copy from one server to another?
Yep. That's what I'm gonna, starting next week, everybody will have access to 3 more servers. You will come into this server, and from there you will have access to 3 other servers here. I will publish over here. I will have like a server list, and everybody will have like a name and the number of servers you're gonna get. Everybody will get 3, and then the IP addresses for those servers.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so how many people we have in here? All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So about 8 total. Supposed to have 10. So I'll create whoever is in the group chat, I'll create a server for them. So I have to come up with 30 servers.
Professor.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So men and info have the same function.